During the course of action between the Browns and Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, the strained and anxious faces of the players reflected Tom Landry's pregame thoughts about the clash between the two Eastern Division contenders. Landry said, "This is the most important game that the Cowboys have played since they entered the NFL." The explosive confrontation was set in the packed Cotton Bowl. As the NFL Game of the Week presents the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys. Groza attempting from the 28-yard line. But it is wide to the left, no good. After stopping the Cowboys, the Browns themselves are forced to punt to the Twin Terrors, Bob Hayes and Mel Renfro. Gary Collins punting. Mel Renfro moves up to take it. Renfro weaving his way across the 50. Looking again, watch number 66, George Andre, as his key block on number 79, Jim Battle, frees Renfro on this scintillating return. Renfro cuts inside the block, and he almost goes the distance. So Danny Villanueva will attempt a field goal from the 11-yard line. It's up, and it's good. As the Cowboys take an early 3-0 lead, rookie defensive end Willie Towns readies himself for action. The Cowboys are leading by a score of 3-0 in the first quarter. Now Cleveland in possession. Leroy Kelly fumbles as he's hit, and Bob Lilly moves in to recover. In isolation, watch number 74, All-Pro Bob Lilly, as he alertly follows the play and pounces on the loose football. Now Danny Villanueva attempting from the 31-yard line. It's up, and it's good. Don Meredith. It's Dan Reeves in the flat. And Reeves heads for the goal line. He gets in for the touchdown. A drive of 86 yards in 12 plays for the Cowboys, who are out in front now by a score of 13-7. However, the drive stalls, and Villanueva tries from 12 yards away, and it's good. The Dallas Cowboys regain the lead, 16-14. Now Cleveland with Frank Ryan back to throw. Overthrows Gary Collins, incomplete. Mike Gector, the defender there. Once again, Bob Lilly proves to be Ryan's nemesis as he shucks off first Hoagland, then Shafrath, and finally Green as he cuts a swath through the Browns to cause Ryan's incomplete pass to Collins. From the 31-yard line. Groza's boot is up and wide to the left. It's no good. Five stalls. It's Danny Villanueva attempting a field goal from the 13-yard line. It's up. It's good, and the Cowboys are now out in front by a score of 19-14. So now Lou Groza will attempt a field goal from the 20-yard line. It's blocked by Gector, picked up by Monty Clark, heaves it up into the air. It's intercepted by Mel Renfro. Renfro, number 20, moving the ball back upfield for Dallas. Lou Groza missed 2 field goals, and on this try, the kick was blocked by Gector, who came knifing through from the left. This was the big play of the game, because if the field goal were good, the Browns would have been only 2 points down with plenty of time remaining. Mel Renfro gathers it in. and the Dallas Cowboys have the football. So the handoff goes to Don Perkins. And he moves in for the touchdown. The Dallas Cowboys moving for 72 yards in 13 plays as we look again at Perkins. He moves into the end zone for the touchdown. That puts the Dallas Cowboys out in front by a score of 26-14. With the clock running, time is ticking away and time runs out. The final score, the Dallas Cowboys 26, the Cleveland Browns 14. Coach Tom Landry leaving the field, having seen Bob Lilly play an outstanding game on defense and Don Perkins an outstanding game on offense for his Dallas Cowboys.
This time, Mike Clark was accurate, and Dallas had finally scored. So the first half, a half which saw two very hot defenses and two very cold quarterbacks, ended with a 3-3 stalemate. Pressured heavily by Larry Cole, his pass went for Willard in the middle, but linebacker Leroy Jordan had his area perfectly covered, timed it beautifully, and intercepted the ball. Later, Brody said he was actually trying to throw away the pass. From here, it took Morton's offense one play to go into the lead. Dwayne Thomas started right, cut left, broke a few tackles, and went into the end zone. On a repeat, watch the Cowboys' right guard, number 61, Blaine Nye, screen his man out, opening a hole for Thomas to cut back through, as the Cowboys' offensive line was truly superb and deserves much of the credit for Dallas' fantastic comeback this season. Repeating the score from yet another angle, watch number 57, Frank Nunley, follow the flow of the play to his left, then be fooled by Thomas' quick cutback against the grain. Thomas then broke attempted tackles by number 52, linebacker Skip Vanderbunt, and number 37, Jimmy Johnson, on his way to the biggest touchdown in his short career, a touchdown that gave Dallas a 10-3 lead. But All-Pro Mel Renfro was right with Washington and made a brilliant leaping interception to stop another frustrating 49er series. On a repeat of this key play, Brody's fake was a good one. But Renfro is perhaps the best man-for-man cornerback in football, and he was not fooled. Renfro, Green, Adderley, and Waters, three All-Pros and a rookie, make up this secondary that had denied Brody the bomb and set up the Cowboys' offense again. Then it was Garrison again, this time swinging out of the backfield uncovered as one of Morton's infrequent passes hit Garrison for the score. On a repeat, watch Morton's fake to Thomas completely fool the 49er defense, who were so anxious to stop Thomas they over-pursued the play, leaving Garrison wide open. Coach Landry was calling the best game of the 7 he had called this year, and the Cowboys were executing his plays like a machine. Cowboys 17, 49ers 3. It was now 4th and 7. Brody faded back and went short over the middle to his setback. But the pass was broken up, and the 49ers had to give it up for the last time this season. This play, of course, deserves a repeat, if only because it was perhaps the biggest defensive play in Dallas' 11-year history. It was fitting, then, that the pass be broken up by linebackers Edwards and Jordan, for the quick and aggressive Cowboy backers are the heart of the Landry defense, and they have made the big plays all year. So with 5 seconds left, John Brodie had one last gasp for his team, his town, and his title. He tried valiantly, but time, the Grim Reaper, finally ran out on the San Francisco 49ers, who must wait till next year. For the Dallas Cowboys, it was yet another chapter in their storybook climb to glory. And Coach Tom Landry, the much maligned head of his team, happily left Kezar Stadium knowing that he indeed had the last laugh at his critics, who said you can't win calling plays from the sidelines. Landry has found that by parlaying a tenacious defense with an unstoppable running attack, he could overcome any deficiency, while somehow keeping the emotional tenor of his team a confident winning one that has brought Dallas its first championship, and one that could bring the Cowboys an even bigger trophy called the Super Bowl. If he can do it for one more game, Landry will have resurrected his team from its mid-season grave to become pro football's world champion, an impossible dream come true.
But the pop gun misfired the first time the Vikings had the ball. Dave Osborne fumbled, Jethro Pugh recovered for Dallas, and a valuable gift was given and received. Marshall's punishing play forced Dallas to settle for a field goal and a 3-point lead. When Bob Lee passed to soft-fingered Chuck Howley instead of Dave Osborne. Number 54 Howley charged into field goal range. With barely a minute remaining in the half, Mike Clark drilled a 44-yarder, giving Dallas the advantage, thanks to Howley's big play, 6-3. And once again, the pop gun was instituted with a misfire. Lee's floater, intended for Bob Grimm, was picked off by Cliff Harris and returned to the Minnesota 13-yard line. From there, Staubach attacked the strength of the Vikings defense. Just as the Cowboy opponents will try to keep the great tackle Bob Lilly in his place by running straight at him, Staubach attacked the cat-footed pursuer Alan Page. The middle gaped open, and Dwayne Thomas honey-footed into the cornucopia, as they say. A repeat serves to treat the eye to the grace of a great running back, number 33, Dwayne Thomas. Then he found Bob Hayes lonely in the end zone, and Dallas held a commanding 20-3 hammer over the Vikings. The first was stilled when Coazzo's pass leaked through the hands of Bob Grimm and into the hands of the Cowboys' Leroy Jordan. And Dallas won this 7th and most important meeting between two superb teams, 20-13.
Then John Brodie made his most costly mistake of the year. In a super slow-motion replay from behind the end zone, we can see that Brodie first faked a handoff to fullback Ken Willard, then retreated and threw a screen pass in Willard's direction. But 6'6" defensive end George Andre was in perfect position to intercept. There are many better-known members of the Doomsday defense, but George Andre, the 10-year veteran from Marquette, had made the game's biggest play and perhaps the biggest play of the season for the Cowboys. Calvin Hill vaulted in for the touchdown and the 6 points that turned out to be more than enough to win the NFC title for Dallas. Apparently, Staubach's adjustment was correct, as Thomas danced untouched into the end zone to give Dallas a 14-3 lead. Brody regained the ball, but it took only one play for him to lose it again. Brody's second interception came at the hands of Wiley Leroy Jordan, number 55, who returned to the San Francisco 23. With 19 seconds remaining in the game, Brody was chased out of the pocket and served up his third interception of the day. The theft by Cliff Harris squeezed the last breath out of the 49ers as the Cowboys delighted their fans with a 14-3 victory over San Francisco.
Zonka fumble. Looks like Dallas. Right. And what I don't know whether to use ironic, coincidence, or what it is, but Kick and Zonka fumbled only once in the regular season. Look at it.
And that's 357 times handling the ball between them. Zonka did not fumble at all during the regular season. That's the first time this year he's lost the football.
Greasy forced to scramble. He's down inside the 10-yard line, and Bob Lilly has him. Staubach, Hill to the right. Touchdown, Allworth.
Fantastic move by Lance Allworth. To keep his feet in bounds, he was well covered by Curtis Johnson, the cornerback on that side. Johnson doesn't think he was in bounds. Let's take a look. Staubach again with good protection. Watch Allworth's feet. Yes, sir, he's got him down, no doubt about it.
Dwayne Thomas, touchdown. Third and 4. This is Howley, the linebacker. 30, 20, 15, 12-yard line, Chuck Howley. On 3rd and goal, Staubach. Touchdown, Mike Ditka. Fumble. Dallas has it. I think Larry Cole. Right, number 63, Larry Cole.
Looked just like a muffed exchange from center between Greasy and Bob DeMarco. Greasy tried to pull out before he had the football.
One, and it's Dan Reeves to hold for Mike Clark. He has one field goal to his credit. Fake, here goes Reeves. He has the first down at the 13-yard line. And Dick Mansperger and Bob Griffin and Kurt Mosher and so many others responsible for bringing the Dallas Cowboys within now only 5 seconds of the championship of the National Football League, winner of the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and the man they say is unemotional, Tom Landry, the only coach the Cowboys have ever had. That's the end of the game, and the final score, the Dallas Cowboys 24, the Miami Dolphins 3.
That was it for Morton. Tom Landry decided it was time to bring on Staubach. Injured early in the season, he had thrown just 20 passes for the year. He has been ready for quite a while now, but Landry had stuck with Morton. It was at this point that Dallas head coach Tom Landry showed his true genius. First, a great run by Hill made his play selection look good. But when stopped on 4th down, Landry did not gamble, settled for a field goal to get within less than 2 touchdowns at 28-16. The defense held, and trailing by 12 with 2 minutes left, Staubach went in and got a touchdown. The critical first step if Dallas was to survive the playoffs. A perfect pass to Parks, and Dallas was down by 5. Now only 90 seconds remain, and an onside kick was Dallas's only chance. San Francisco knew it, but it worked. The ball bounced off Preston Riley, and Renfro recovered. Less than a minute and a half remained for Dallas's last run at a berth in the conference championship game. As both teams watched, Staubach moved Dallas 50 yards with 3 bold strokes. First down from the 50. Staubach found no one open and scrambled for 21. First down from the 29. Staubach hit Parks with a perfect sideline pass. First down from the 10. 56 seconds left. Staubach's bullet pass past Winland Hall found Sellers and climaxed an incredible comeback. San Francisco would get the ball again but could not score. Dallas had taken the first step on a return to the Super Bowl. History had been repeated. One game before, John Brody had come in relief and pegged 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes to put San Francisco into the playoffs. This time they were put out of it when Roger Staubach came in with all the chips on the table and threw 2 touchdown passes in the last 90 seconds. It was an unbelievable reversal of 49er fortune. They were out of it now, but the Cowboys, riding Reborn Roger, continue their quest to repeat as Super Bowl champions.
The turning point, if there had to be one, occurred midway in the third quarter when Roger Staubach did what the Redskins wanted him to do. Number 89, Dave Robinson, applied the finishing touch to Staubach's afternoon. And number 19, Clint Longley, took over, a rookie from Abilene Christian with no previous professional experience. 3 passes later, Billy Joe Dupree scored the Cowboys' first touchdown, and suddenly Dallas was back in the game at 16-10. On the next series, the unorthodox Longley hit 3 more passes, one to rookie runner Charlie Young, number 30. By this time, the name Clint Longley was beginning to sound like the name of a true-to-life Western hero. And when another true-to-life Western hero, Walt Garrison, scored, the Cowboys led 17-16. But there was one more very large period still to play. It appeared to be a Washington victory, 23-17. When with no timeouts, the Cowboys' last drive could only move 10 yards in 6 plays. And then there were less than 40 seconds left, 2nd and 10 from the 50. The season's most shocking play deserves another look, this time from the viewpoint of the defensive backfield. Dallas won 24-23, and Drew Pearson, the man who had been the GOAT just 2 minutes before, was now the hero, or at least one of the heroes, along with Clint Longley. As for Clint Longley, even if he never completes another pass, they'll always remember the one he threw on Thanksgiving Day, 1974, the day the computerized Cowboys showed how humanly heroic they can be.
Roger takes the snap, pumps it once. He's going long. Down the near sideline for Drew Pearson. Pearson makes the catch at the 5. Touchdown! Pearson goes in for the touchdown, and the Cowboys score. Would you believe it?
I don't believe it. He just threw the ball over the scoreboard. I don't believe it. The ball was thrown short, and the defender was not watching, and Pearson came back to make the catch for him. He caught that ball on his hip, it looked like, John. Well, I'm sure we'll have it. We'll catch. I tell you, it was a much better catch than it was a throw. Let's take a look at it here, Gary. Fine protection, all right. He just winds up and lets it loose. Now, let's watch the play by Pearson here. He's very well covered at this point. Looked like almost an interception. You see him coming back right there to make the catch. Nate Wright falls down. And Pearson just kind of backs into the end zone right there, and Paul Krause has to jump over top of right. 88 number, Drew Pearson for the touchdown. There's another look at it right here. Great catch. Nate Wright overran the play. Pearson made the catch. In for the touchdown. Boy, what a play that was. What a ball game, huh?
And early on, they registered the game's first big turnover. D.D. Lewis interception in return carried to the Ram 18. The very next play, Staubach looked the Rams right, then lobbed a screen to Preston Pearson, who followed a convoy to the end zone. The screen pass is an integral part of the Cowboys' multiple offense, and the Rams' hard-charging, reckless pass rush afforded Dallas the opportunity to execute their screen to perfection. The surprisingly tough Cowboy defense handed Staubach good field position, and the Dallas offense wasted little time capitalizing as the upstart Texans grabbed the early advantage. And on fourth down, Tom Dempsey experienced similar frustration. Tom Henderson's supreme individual effort negated Los Angeles' most promising offensive effort. Staubach looked to the end zone where Golden Richards had found his own little piece of real estate. Dallas's 76-yard march made the beleaguered Ram defense look all too human. 9 plays, 4 1/2 minutes, and 7 more points. And suddenly the Cowboy offense had taken command of the football game on a play that iced away a Dallas victory, and a play that will linger on in the memory of all who witnessed its splendid precision. Preston Pearson's phenomenal catch gave Dallas a 21-0 halftime bulge. This seldom seen shuffle pass to Preston Pearson worked. 19 yards later, number 26 Pearson had his third touchdown of the day as the Cowboys moved 28 points ahead of the shell-shocked Rams. As 3 plays later, Tony Frisch socked home a 30-yard field goal to give the Cowboys an almost unbelievable 31-0 lead. To boost the Dallas shutout to 34 points. The final quarter was particularly embarrassing for the Rams as the tyranny of Cowboy dominance allowed but 4 Los Angeles possessions, the last of which resulted in interception number 2 for Cowboy linebacker number 50 D.D. Lewis. While for the joyous Dallas Cowboys, it meant the championship of the National Football Conference and a date with the Pittsburgh Steelers in Super Bowl X.
Dorsett is the deep back. That's Doug Dennison. And that's a Cowboy touchdown. For more. 1, 2, 3. It is a touchdown. Heck of a catch by Billy Joe Dupree. 28 yards. The touchdown to BJ by Efren Herrera. It is good. And Dallas moves out 17-0 on a 21-yard field goal by a friend Herrera. The Bears as a team didn't have many more than that. Avellini with good protection this time for Latta. Picked off by Waters. Charlie Waters is going to stay in the end zone, and now he comes out. Waters comes out to about the 11, and he's disgusted with himself, not because of the interception, but because of that indecision in the end zone. The Notre Dame players were staying in the same place we were, but it was already a war. Picked off by D.D. Lewis, and D.D.'s got some blockers. Lewis around the corner to the 30. Lewis to the 20 and out of bounds. Dan Piper knocked him out of bounds, but the Cowboys have it in good shape.
And probably the best year for number 50 of all of them.
He had 79 yards himself in the first half. Here's Dorsett. He's in. On a 3rd down and 10, Avellini has Peyton and Harper behind him. The blitz, and Avellini running from Kyle, goes down, fumbles, and I believe Dallas has it. Cowboys own the football. Bill Gregory. And the blitz by Aaron Kyle got the Bears in trouble.
Kyle and Henderson, watch the right part of your screen and lower left. There's the safety man, Kyle. Now watch Henderson run through Harper's block and nail him right in the back. And the ball came out. That was a fumble. Cowboy defense is really angry.
Herrera's first name, by the way, is spelled E-F-R-E-N. And there have been a lot of questions asked about how you pronounce it. It is good from a friend. That's the way he says pronounce it. He stays in the block. Avellini with good protection this time throws down the middle. Again, it's picked off. This time it's Waters. Waters cuts back to the middle, cuts back to the other side. Charlie Waters still on his feet. And still, Waters to the 46. Bob Avellini finally made the tackle.
Number 2 for 41.
2nd down, Chicago. Avellini drops in his own end zone. Ed Jones almost had him for a safety, but Avellini gets it out to Greg Latta, and the Bears cough it up. D.D. Lewis picks it up. Lewis at the 8-yard line where Dallas will take over. Thomas Henderson is the guy who hit Greg Latta.
Oh, a great play by Avellini to get the completion. And Latta just didn't concentrate on getting down with the first down and the ball. Here it is. Watch the left side of your screen, and Too Tall Jones goes by, and Avellini does a heck of a job getting it off.
I think Greg Latta is the only receiver I've ever seen, particularly on a day that's not too cold, that's got his hands taped or wrapped. It makes it awfully hard to hold on to the football.
That's true.
Dallas, 1st and goal. Doug Dennison and Robert Newhouse and Dorsett. This is Dorsett. This is the Dallas touchdown. The day. It's 2nd and 10. Avellini throws, picked off. This is Charlie Waters' 3rd of the day. Waters to the 30. Incredible. Unusual. Outstanding. In the shade is a friend Herrera for the field goal number 3, which again splits it. Dallas moves out in front 37-0. Came close, he threw. Here's the draw play to Peyton. The struggle for the football. It belongs to Dallas. Cliff Harris. They deserve to go to the playoffs. Here's Doug Dennison. Breaking out for a 1st down. Gary Fensick made the tackle. Maybe one more play. So Dallas
will go to the NFC Championship game against either the Los Angeles Rams or the Minnesota Vikings, who play later this afternoon here on CBS.
You know how good these two teams are, though, as far as physical preparation and all. There hasn't really been a serious injury. We've gotten a sprained ankle on the big defensive tackle, right out, but
that's about it.
Pretty clean and tough and hard-nosed, and I don't know, that's what football is really all about, isn't it? It's a game.
They're going to let it run out. And for that man right there, it's a sad game. Not for him. Tom Landry looking across the field, looking for Jack Pardee, and looking to shake hands right now. And Pardee's going out to do just that.
White is inside Grimm. Foreman to Miller, who fumbled, and I think Dallas has recovered. Let's see.
Harvey Martin fell on it. Harvey Martin.
Robert Miller on what appeared to be an unsure handoff. Take another look.
Let's take a look at it and see where the ball comes loose. Handoff is made there. He just lost his. Poor exchange some way or another. I don't believe he ever had possession. There's Martin 79 coming down on it.
In motion is Drew Pearson. One fake by Staubach. Deep down the left side is Golden. Richards. Touchdown Dallas.
All of a sudden, what about it, Ben? Reaching down in the bag. Faked a little quick screen that time. Golden Richards just took off.
The ball just inside the 45. Foreman is gobbled up, and what a hit. A fumble, and Big Jones had racked him. The Cowboys seem to think that they have recovered, and now it is made official. What a hit by Jones.
Took the good, strong inside rush that time. Beat Ron Yeri, I suppose. Let me take a look at it and see. Behind the quarterback, let's take a look. Look at it. Oh, brother. Yes, sir. Robert Miller had the block on him that time. It wasn't Yeri beat at all. Just a good, solid inside rush that time. Gambled and gambled right.
Mark Washington and Aaron Kyle are the two men to get down. Look out. Danny White is running to the 35, 30, out of bounds, and it is first down Dallas. As Danny White runs for the first down out of punt formation. Jay Saldy along with Dupre now. Two tight ends are in there. Pearson on a wing left. And it'll be Robert Newhouse. And Newhouse goes barreling across. And the Cowboys have done the one thing that Minnesota feared. They have gotten out in front, and it seems almost impossible that Minnesota can come back. With Rafferty and Donovan looking for a St. Patrick's Day parade. Open up the hole.
From behind, we'll see the big blocks there. Pat Donovan and Rafferty. Probably the two best linemen on the Dallas team. Look at the determination of Newhouse. He wants in that colored grass there, brother.
His longest 52 yards. And the kid from Guadalajara kicks it through. So the Cowboys do not walk away empty-handed with 3 seconds to go in the half. He punted 83 times. High snap, but he got it away. And he hangs it. Moore at his own 49, belted, and it is recovered by Jay Saldy. And the guy who hit him, one of the most hellacious hits of the year, Thomas Henderson.
What a shot he gave him that time.
Jay Saldy got the ball for a moment. I thought he had Manfred Moore's head.
Saldy's so active on those kicking teams. You remember in New York when he picked up one and ran it for a touchdown. Look at this shot by Tom Henderson. As I say, a big play man. D.D. Lewis on the spot, but Jay Saldy beats him good.
Staubach again from the shotgun. Inside handoff to Dorsett. He's following Scott, and he goes in for a touchdown. Inside handoff to Tony Dorsett. And away go the Cowboys.
Dorsett can turn it on, though, can he? Beautiful blocking that time by the Dallas Cowboy offensive line. Herbert Scott out there in front of it. Just the way you draw it up.
Out to the left side, and it is picked off by Thomas Henderson. He took it away from Sammy Johnson, and another turnover. Although that is the first interception. Thomas Henderson, who hit Manfred Moore and caused the fumble that led to a touchdown, now comes up with the interception.
The big playmaker for the Dallas Cowboys, Tom Henderson. Just an excellent athlete, as has been pointed out so many, many times.
With 13 seconds left, Ralph Neely just came out got bear hugs from his teammates. He will play yet another game in the Super Bowl as the Cowboys let the time run out. The Dallas Cowboys, Tom Landry and company, have done what just about everybody figured they would do. They beat the Vikings 23-6. And to a gallant Minnesota ball club, had they not done what they had done all year, they might have been a lot closer. But of course, the 4 turnovers really killed them to such a strong machine as Dallas. We'll have locker room reports, so don't go away. Even though the final paragraph of the game story has been written, there are sidebars and notes to come.
And Dallas puts in the extra defensive backs, and here goes Morton. Down goes Morton. Intercepted by Dallas, a pass that should not have been thrown. The Cowboys have it. Randy Hughes on the interception.
And Charlie Waters blitzed. The safety blitz got Craig Morton that time. Watch number 41 come into the pocket as the safety blitz comes from Dallas. There's Craig setting up. Remember, he doesn't move a lot in there. There's Waters.
And Randy White. And Randy Hughes with the Dallas interception. Watch it.
Big pressure from tall people. And a great effort by the safety man, Charlie Waters.
Right now they need inches for a first down. Dorsett has the touchdown. He never went down. Tony Dorsett puts the Cowboys on the board.
That is only the 6th touchdown rushing against the Denver defense this year, and it came after a turnover, the INT. There it is. And I'm telling you, for 190-something pounds, he's a mean motor scooter, I'll tell you that.
Craig Morton, drafted by the Cowboys, did a stint with the Giants and just got socked. Picked off by Aaron Kyle. And Aaron Kyle dances down to the 40, to the 35, inside the 35, and Dallas has another break. Ed Jones on the rush. The snap bounces. Herrera did well to get it airborne, and he hits it. A 35-yard field goal by Efren Herrera. We'll rub it out. Herrera hits it. 43 yards away. Efren Herrera makes it 13-0 Dallas. Dallas 13, Denver nothing. Morton is going to throw. And going deep for Haven Moses. Picked off by Benny Barnes. At the 40, the 3rd Dallas interception. It looked like Moses had him beat. Danny White is number 11, the Dallas punter. Schultz and Upchurch back for Denver. Line driver that ought to give somebody a pretty good chance. Bounces off a Denver player. Dallas has it. Bruce Huther.
It went off the helmet of the Denver player, Johnny Schultz. He probably doesn't know that it even happened.
Bruce Huther made the recovery, number 57. Dallas leads Denver 13-0. That's before the half, that time remaining. Morton back to throw, and Morton throws. Jack Dalvin loses it. Dallas has it. It's Randy Hughes. He's to the 30. Out of bounds goes Randy Hughes. The ball, as Tommy said a minute ago, is sometimes very difficult to hold on to.
And Craig really throws this, gets great protection. The twist is on by Dallas, and they pick it up. He hums this one. Dalvin is a super little receiver, and he took 2.5 steps with it, and Waters got him, and look at the ball bounce up for Randy Hughes. Things are big in Texas.
Rob Lytle and Lonnie Perrin. This is Riley Odoms. He lost the football, and Dallas, Randy Hughes has it right back. Randy Hughes on the recovery after Riley Odoms had it knocked loose.
Good pass by Craig Martin. Good catch by Odoms, the top receiver for them. And by the way, I think the AFC's top receiver for the last 4 or 5 years. The ball was not put away, and Odoms was.
Morton. Intercepted, number 4. This is Mark Washington. And down
Down the sideline goes Washington with 6 seconds left to play. And some of the folks who aren't playing went down.
Craig Morton almost had too much time to look around. He'd like to throw it now, but he moves and shifts left. Now gets good time. Now he throws over, and it's all zone. And all Mark Washington was doing was stayed in the short zone. The ball was thrown right to him.
Going deep. Oh, what a catch! And he dropped it. It is a touchdown. Butch Johnson. What an effort. A 45-yard touchdown shot from Staubach to Butch Johnson. Look at this one.
The ball is thrown beyond Butch Johnson. A big rush by Denver up the middle. Watch this catch. He only has to have possession over the goal line. He's got it.
A beauty.
He got it. He rolled over the numbers.
That ranks right up there with the ones that Lynn Swan made 2 years ago. What an effort by a super athlete. In fact, 2 of them.
With Norris Weiss, the trigger man. Too tall Jones, and down goes the football. Dallas has it, or had it again. It is the Dallas Cowboys football. Aaron Kyle has it and leaves. Harvey Martin caused the whole thing.
Let's see where Harvey comes from. Pat said they needed some help for Maurer. The back is swinging out, though. It's strictly Maurer and Martin. Now it's Martin. Ooh.
Turnover number 8 for the Denver Broncos. There's the ball, and the Denver Dream is starting to diminish just a little bit. 7 minutes, 11 seconds left to play. Dallas leads by 10. Option pass, deep for Golden Richards, touchdown Dallas. Steve Foley wasn't ready. Newhouse to Golden Richards, 30-yard touchdown pass.
The great thing about the play is it's run to the left. Newhouse gets outside, gets good blocking by Scott. The ball is thrown high, but it's thrown well. It's a good time to call it. It was excellent execution. Here it is again.
If your quarterback is hurt, let your fullback throw.
Ironical.
I'd like to thank 2 guys who've done super jobs all year long, as a matter of fact. Our statistician, Jim Krauser, and our spotter, Lance Barrow. Thank you. I don't say that the Cowboys were sure that they were going to win, but before the game started, a Cowboy official, who I won't mention, gave me tickets to their victory party. Does that sound confident?
Yeah, it sounds like they have a chance to win it, doesn't it?
That's Tex Schramm with Landry, the president of the Cowboys, and there he goes. Dallas has defeated Denver in Super Bowl number 12. Dallas 27, Denver 10.
Dallas flex is the front that Pat Hayden sees right now, and Capoletti will have good yardage. He fumbles. Dallas has it. Charlie Waters picked up the fumble by John Capoletti, and he's gone.
And that's the one thing that the Rams haven't done on offense much this year. Bryant hadn't fumbled at all, and Capoletti's pretty sure-handed.
Gets it for the Rams, and on first down they go with 3 wide receivers and go deep for run. Jesse picked off by Randy Hughes at midfield. They had 3 wide receivers in the game, the Rams did, and Dallas guessed with them correctly because they had an extra defensive back in the game.
And Pat Hayden had a lot of pressure put on him. Watch Larry Cole, number 63, and Hughes was in. It looked like the last-minute change into the nickel defense by Dallas paid off.
11 and a half minutes left to play in the third quarter. Hayden drops. He has time. Waters down the far sideline. Charlie Waters cuts back. Dallas has it at the Ram 10. Cullen Bryant made the tackle. Turnovers.
And again, Charlie Waters, all he does is key the tight end. Nelson never had a chance for it.
Staubach will operate this time from the 4.5 and give to Dorsett again. And Tony Dorsett scores.
There's some leg action you won't see very often. He runs in drive gear most of the time, and once in a while goes zip, and it's over.
4th and a foot.
I got 2 already.
Joe Dad and Cullen Bryant.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't think Bryant made an inch.
Larry Bethea is jumping up and down saying he didn't make it. Ray Malavasi is motioning, of course, in the other direction.
Remember against Atlanta when the team gambled and couldn't get the first down?
Yes.
Sometimes a foot is about 10 miles.
And Ben Drive, the referee, will bring him back again. The chains, I mean.
I thought somebody made penetration on the Rams side of the line of scrimmage.
Didn't get it.
Here it is. There's nothing fancy about 4th and a foot.
Larry Bethea made the key play. The Cowboys' #1 draft choice is worth it right now. If Harris comes up on the line of scrimmage, takes the blitz, doesn't come. Randy White puts the heat on. Charlie Waters has the interception, and again Charlie Waters down the far sideline. Waters' 2nd interception of the game. What a contest he has had.
Remember last year he had 3 against the Chicago Bears in the playoff. And this time it looks like Nelson is open.
2nd down and goal, Dallas. They lost 2 on that last play as Dorsett takes the fake. Laidlaw takes the ball in for a Dallas touchdown.
Laidlaw has now scored 7 touchdowns in his last 6 starts.
4 out of the last 5 years, the Rams have been in the NFC title game. They have never made it to the Super Bowl. They hired George Allen to take them there. That didn't work. Ray Malavasi got him this far.
Now Dorsett, after being faked to, cuts at Dreyer. And here's the 2nd man, the 1st man out on that side.
Cullen Bryant, and he fumbles, and Dallas has the ball back. Harvey Martin fell on the ball.
And Harvey Martin made the tackle from behind and just literally blew the ball out of Bryant's grasp.
Was that Cullen Bryant's first fumble?
In 300 and some odd carries. Probably 315. Watch this. Left part of screen. 79. Forces it, catches it, and holds it up.
Staubach will throw, and he has Billy Joe do 3, and it's 20-0.
Touchdown number 10 for 89.
In the blue shirts and all. He has a good arm. Henderson. I don't believe anybody's going to catch him.
If he dunks it over the goalpost, it should signify something. There he's going for it.
There he goes. 68-yard return with the interception of a Ferragamo pass by Thomas Hollywood Henderson. He backed up his statements, didn't he?
Boy, he made a run on that ball and had it from the moment it's released. Ferragamo going to that flat. Boy, he didn't even look up to see if the LB was out there. We said before, this young man has about as much natural ability as any football player you'll ever see. He talks it and he does it. Watch this move. Little jump shot right off the glass.
Oh, a little finger wave there. A lot of folks here. Pittsburgh Steeler hat says Cliff Harris picks off the 2nd interception of the day.
The pass from Vince Ferragamo, and that should just about do it. It was intended for Ron Smith.
Remember when Clint Murchison, the owner of the Cowboys, gave Tom Landry a 10-year contract in 1964, and everybody said, that's the craziest thing we ever heard of.
It really wasn't.
Sure wasn't. 2 years later, they were in the championship game against Green Bay.
I think he can renew if he wants to.
He'll probably tell the Dallas people when he's had enough, huh?
I'd imagine that would be just the way it is. 31 seconds left to play, that's all. We would like, really, while we have the clock running now, to say thank you, sincerely, both Tom and I, to all the people around the National Football League, the publicity men, the coaches, the assistants, who've been so helpful to us throughout this great year, and it's really been a great year, Thomas.
Well, it sure has. Tom Mack, that last shot you had of the great Ram guard, played in his 186th consecutive game today.
There goes Mr. Landry. He wasn't the coach of the year, but my goodness, what a job he did. It's tough to repeat, and Dallas wins 28-zip.
Himself out on the ball, and it's his first touchdown catch of the year. The first lead for Dallas, and a heck of a drive. Straight ahead football. Dallas has become more basic. Cut some of the frills off. Looks like it's working.
Think he's not happy about this situation. Washington 34, Dallas 21. Clarence Harmon, Mike Forte. And this is Harmon. Fumble again. This time Dallas does have it. And the clock, of course, would stop on that change of possession with 3:49 left to play. Randy White made the recovery. Not over yet.
I think Randy White may have made the contact. Let's see where it is. Looking right down the line, double team. Randy White gets knocked on the ground, and the ball comes home.
2.5 minutes now left to play in the game. Staubach operating from the shotgun. They fake the blitz. They don't. He stays. He throws. Springs. Touchdown, Dallas.
There are no flags on the deck.
It doesn't look like they quite need to get a first down. Theismann, don't forget, many times in situations like this, has utilized his own athletic ability and kept it on the rollout. He has Riggins. It looked like Malone might have been in motion, but he just took off the ball and they stopped Riggins. Larry Cole.
What a play. What a tackle by number 63. Watch this effort by number 63 on a great running back.
Dallas has used a timeout. Here's Cole.
Fritz tried to cut him off the offensive center, and the old man came to play. I've never seen so many people coming in and out. Some of them have come back and forth twice.
It is no wonder that they wind up with not enough or too many people on the field from time to time. Wilson now goes out. And I think they have the correct contingent there on second down and goal for the 8.
They've got 11.
Staubach lines up under center this time with Springs and Pearson behind him.
Throws. Tony Hill. Got it. Touchdown, Dallas.
And now the extra point.
Don't forget what's coming. And don't forget either that Washington still has 2 timeouts left.
Look at this Dallas team in the other end zone now. Nobody wants to go to Philadelphia.
But you got to go.
Septien has missed 5 extra points this year.
It will be Danny White holding Raphael Septien with an extra point that could mean the championship. I saw Tampa Bay lose a game like this earlier in the year. Septien is good.
What a drive by the Dallas Cowboys to get the touch.
That's his longest of this year. Theismann throws. He's got it. At the 41. Game is over. Game is over. They used the 5 seconds. The game is over. A completed pass. Wait a minute. The scoreboard clock says the game is over. It may not be. They may have 1 second left to play.
There are a lot of people down walking around on the field that are not players.
The argument still goes on. The scoreboard clock showed that the game was over, and it is. Dallas 35. Washington 34.
Dallas is 99 yards and 2 feet away from the Minnesota goal line. They have Dorsett as the only running back. Tom Rafferty over the ball. Goal line defense for the Vikings. The handoff, Dorsett up the middle. Here he goes. Cuts to his right. He's going all the way. To the 30. To the 40. He's got 2 men to beat. To the 40. To the 30. To the 20. To the 10. The 5. Touchdown! Unbelievable! Tony Dorsett is in the record books. 99 yards.
Run, I think, is the longest run in the history of the league. It is. So now they're alive, put to the biggest test of all, and suddenly the whole momentum changes. But they were bunched up for the short yardage defense, and Gifford called it.
Let's start bragging on them all of a sudden. Y'all want to? Who is that poor lady? She must have been a Minnesota fan.
Off mic, Frank said he'll bust it all the way. If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
All right.
Great.
Herb Scott. Herb Scott, the guard has been out for a few days. Good block, middle linebacker.
And the move down here, Don, to stay in bounds was a great piece of athletic skill.
I didn't think he would make it. Is that Willie Teal there, I believe, isn't it? And all of a sudden, he just kept his balance and right in there. That's wild.
First 2 were at Reunion, Game 3 at the Seattle Coliseum, Game 4 at the Kingdome, and now Game 5, because of a building conflict with the World Championship of Tennis, was being moved to 9,000-seat Moody Coliseum on the campus of SMU. Not only was the site of the most important Mavericks home game in history to that point being moved, but the Mavericks staff had only 36 hours notice in which to get everything ready for the staging of this event. Some things went wrong. There weren't enough tickets for all the Mavericks season ticket holders, so the ones who actually did get in were indeed fortunate. There were scoreboard problems, and a new sound system had to be imported to duplicate the feeling at Reunion Arena. Television certainly wasn't immune from any of this. There were technical problems. The decibel level was so high in the building that the audio portion of the telecast was approaching the distortion level all night long. But all these factors actually helped make it the most memorable and unique evening in Dallas Mavericks history to that point. So sit back and join myself, along with former Mavericks center Scott Lloyd, for the HSE telecast of Game 5, first round of the Western Conference playoffs, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Seattle Supersonics, April 26th, 1984.
They are now 4 out of 4. Only their 5th attempt of the entire game, and yet they lead by 7 as Brown misses the free throw. Mavericks have almost got a score here. Down by 7. We go under 2 minutes to go in the game. Dave Vincent on the right wing to Blackman. Triple team.
with 9 in the quarter. Sitting on the bench, came in, hit 2 jumpers right away, coming off cold, and he did his work.
Only 47 seconds to go. Dallas down by 6. Cummings with 15, his first point goal of the quarter. It's a 4-point ball game. Backcourt pressure being applied by Harper on Williams. He'll get a pick from Haas, but still can't get over the 10-second line. Now gives the ball up. Williams chasing it down. They didn't make it. Oh, 10-second violation. Great defense by Dallas. Great defense by Dallas on the 10-second violation. They'll get it back with 36 seconds to go, down by 4. Just couldn't come away with the ball. Sonic went out to
Got to foul him. Got to foul.
Blackman with the steal. Blackman. Yes. It's a 2-point game with 20 seconds to go. Rolando Blackman from out of nowhere with the steal. That's 13 points in the quarter for Blackman. Seems like the clock has been stuck on 21 seconds forever. Pause to trigger the pass. Nobody's there. 5 seconds. They turned it over. Unbelievable. A 5-second violation as Steve Haas could not get the ball in bounds. They turned it over. Dallas will have possession. Incredible. First row. They get the ball to Blackman. Really no trouble getting it in bounds. 18 seconds. Blackman goes to work on Wood. Yes! We're tied! Rolando Blackman has done it again. What a tremendous, tremendous shot. Boy, I tell you what, Al Wood played no defense on him at all. Gave him the inbounds pass and then backed off and gave him the jumper. And Blackman with 13 in the quarter, 29 in the game, 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5. Williams to Freddie Brown. Tip in by Brady. Oh, God. Oh, Danny Brace came so close to tipping it in. Woo! Agonizingly close. We're going into overtime.
I don't know what Dick's upset about, but he may feel Danny Brace came over the back. All the Mavericks need to do now is send somebody full court, make a long pass, and the game's over.
Okay, so once again, Seattle has no timeout, so Dallas really in control. All they got to do is just throw the ball in bounds. Because once the ball is touched, the clock starts. Dallas up by a point. Vincent throws it to Chambers. What do they got to roll? That's over. Dave Vincent just threw it to Tom Chambers because there was no time left on the clock. Now the clock on the court has not started. The clock on the court has not started. There's still 1 second. There's still 1 second on the clock on the scoreboard. Mavericks are totally celebrating. Seattle is arguing furiously because the clock on the court never started. Oh, my goodness, we may not be through. The Mavericks are leaving the court. Jake O'Donnell, Mike Mathis, and Tommy Nunez are huddling. The scoreboard clock now has finally been changed to no time. But when they stopped this game, there was 1 second on the clock. And the whole Seattle squad is standing around the scorer's table. Mavericks have left the court.
Well, there's an official clock, and then there's the game clock. The official score is the one that keeps the regulation time. The game clock can be off a second or two.
Jay Vincent just tossed the ball to Tom Chambers. Here it is. You see the clock in the corner of your screen. That's the scoreboard clock. And somebody forgot to turn it on.
I don't know why Jay did this anyway.
No, he gave the ball to Chambers. Look, the clock never changes. The clock never changes. It never came on.
Regardless, the clock is ticking after Chambers gets the ball. The game is over.
Definitely a second was run off. Definitely more than a second. It says here that there was 9 seconds, according to the way we timed it. 9 seconds until they ruled something. We're having a huge protest by Seattle. And Frank, what's happening right now is the officials are talking it over amongst themselves. But boy, somebody really fell asleep at the scorer's table. Somebody really fell asleep at the table and did not turn the clock on. And Seattle is right in protesting. Dallas has won the game fair and square, but the clock did show a second. You can't blame Seattle for protesting, and what a mess this is.
Well, if there is a second left, it's still going to be Dallas's ball.
The crowd is chanting to go home, Seattle. Boy, I tell you, what a tough spot for the officials. What a no-win situation this is.
You got 9,000 people out of their minds. The Dallas Mavericks are in the locker room. They don't want to hear about it. Jake O'Donnell, Mike Matheson, the alternate. Tommy Nunez. Look at Lenny Wilkins. Well, what a discussion. You can see how complicated it is just by how much time it has taken. The Mavericks have won the ball game. The Mavericks have won the ball game, but Seattle is protesting because the scoreboard clock was never turned on. Tom Chambers took the pass from Jay Vincent, threw up a wild shot from midcourt that missed everything. And the referees are still talking about it. That's why you know that this game is not decided. I mean, because the fact that the officials are still talking about it, there's at least some concern in their minds. There's at least some concern in their mind that this game has not been properly attended to here at the end. And that's obviously why it's taken them so long. Now, we timed it. Yeah, we'll wait for the PA feed from this as Kevin McCarthy will interpret it for everybody over the public address system as soon as the officials make up their minds. Seattle perfectly within their rights to protest because nobody ever turned on the clock. But obviously way more than 1 second elapsed.
Well, they announced earlier that there was a 4-second difference between the official clock and the game clock, so I don't know what they're doing.
Oh, boy, I tell you, it's becoming a security problem. It's becoming everything else. Let's count it down. Ball is inbounds there. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. That's how many seconds elapsed. But nobody started the clock. I don't know what they're going to decide. Lenny Wilkins, seemingly calm. You know he isn't. Okay, Jake O'Donnell, I believe, is close to announcing something. He's conferring with Maverick General Manager Norm Sanju. You can see some of the media leaning in. Jake O'Donnell talking to Norm Sanju. Lenny Wilkins is now being shoved back toward the Sonic bench. What are we going to do? Now it's O'Donnell, Tom Chambers, and Lenny Wilkins. And Seattle doesn't look happy. Unbelievable melee. Unbelievable confusion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials have summoned the Mavericks from the locker room.
Well, you heard it.
At this time, all we know is that we are going to replay the last play of the game with 1 second remaining on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, please refrain from throwing objects onto the court. They can only injure the players. I'm sure none of us would want that to happen tonight.
Well, I don't understand it. Well, I tell you what, it's strictly a mechanical error at the table. Somebody made a horrible error at the table, and in defense of the officials, they're only doing what they feel like they've got to do in fairness. The clock never started, so it's hard to run off time, and the clock has to be some official form of timing this game. Jake O'Donnell is explaining it to PA announcer Kevin McCarthy, who will give us further details in just a second.
We're going to put that second back on. I want to run it down. I want to run it down all the way to the full second. Run it down 10-9, okay? All right? Okay, whose ball? It'll be Seattle's ball. Why? Because the pass was stolen.
Well, you can hear it. We've already heard it. Seattle's ball with 1 second to go. Jake O'Donnell said the pass was stolen. Jake O'Donnell rules the pass was stolen from Jay Vincent, but it was still the official announcement.
Vincent threw the ball there. Chambers stole the ball in the inbounds pass. At that point, one of the officials mistakenly blew his whistle, calling the game over, even though the clock had not expired. Seattle will now have the ball with 1 second remaining.
Oh, it's going to be unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Home court crowd going nuts. And that day is, Scotty, you put it right on the, you hit it right on the button. A stupid play by Jay Vincent. It shouldn't have cost him, but the fact that he even did it has really put the Mavericks in a precarious situation now because they do rule the ball was stolen. The clock was never started, so it's Seattle's ball. And that's just not, all you got to do is throw the ball down to the other end of the court. Then if Tom Chambers or somebody intercepts it, he's 90 feet away. Dallas wants a timeout to talk about it. They got to play some defense.
Seattle has the ball at midcourt. My question is, Alan, even if he did steal the ball, he still shot it. Why does this clock stop?
Well, they're ruling it. The official blew the whistle before he shot the ball, and that stopped play. And at that point, there was still a second on the clock because the clock keeper had mistakenly not started the clock. That's one of the reasons why they have an alternate official. Tommy Nunez is sitting there to watch what happens, and I think in his opinion, the guy keeping time screwed up.
So in theory, there should be a half a second left.
Probably so, but they've not got to give him the full second. I heard Jake O'Donnell specifically say give them a full second.
So in theory, there's enough time for Seattle to get the ball in and take a shot.
Exactly. Exactly. And you still got to wonder if Jay Vincent throws the ball to this end of the court, then if Seattle steals it, when the ball touches any player's hand, it's live and the clock starts. Now if Seattle gets it, they've got a 90-foot shot. You second-guessed that in the game earlier this season when the Mavericks got away with it. And it definitely comes back to haunt them here because the timekeeper did not start the clock. The officials blew their whistle. There was still 1 second on the clock at the time, and we'll pick it up from the point from which Tom Chambers intercepted the pass from Vincent. If Seattle makes a basket here, can you imagine the repercussions from this?
Oh, my.
The repercussions are going to be unbelievable. Mavericks' first ever playoff experience. It's come to the 5th game. It's gone to the last second in overtime.
If he makes a shot, there could be a riot here.
It is unbelievable. Well, once again, I think Seattle totally within their rights to protest. And they did what they had to do, and the officials agreed.
Well,
so here we go. 1 second to go, and Hawes will inbound it. Remember, Gus Williams and Freddie Brown are the best three-point shooters on this team. 1 second to go. Hawes. Garnett on him.
Balls, 2 strikes.
Four years ago, the Cowboys paid Herschel $5 million to come to Dallas. On Thursday, they paid him over $1 million to leave. Walker was traded to the Vikings for 5 players and as many as 7 draft choices. But before agreeing to the deal, Walker had to be coerced a bit to the tune of at least $1 million to leave town. The Cowboys are going nowhere this season, while the Vikings feel the future is now. It had better be, because they gave away the future today. The Cowboys said goodbye to Herschel Walker and hello to the future. Although the 1988 All-Pro is not a one-man team, it nearly took a team to acquire him.
The fundamentals behind the trade were draft picks for the future to build for the Dallas Cowboys, but at the same time, at the very same time, have players involved that could contribute immediately in 1989 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Here are the 5 players headed to Dallas, along with as many as 7 draft picks. All but Darren Nelson are member of the defense, but no one in the group was a starter for Minnesota in 1989. Solomon is coming back from knee surgery, while the rookie Stewart is still on the injured reserve list. Howard was the team's 11th leading tackler. The 30-year-old Darren Nelson has gained over 4,000 yards in his 8-year career, but keep in mind his best year was 4 seasons ago. As for Isaac Holt, he proved last week against Detroit he is capable of the big play, but he was relegated to a backup role as long as All-Pro Carl Lee was in the lineup. As for the conditional draft picks, they are reportedly based on how the 5 former Vikings will perform for Dallas. The Cowboys are guaranteed 1 #1 pick to be used sometime up until 1993. The conditional selections could turn out to be 2 other first-round picks, 3 number 2s, and 1 third-round pick to be used over the next 3 years. As for the Lone Star State's Lone Star, Walker turned down the deal originally, with the possibility of running through something resembling an offensive line for a change, and a team with Super Bowl potential. Walker finally gave in and gave his stamp of approval.
What I want to do is I want to come here and play and see can I help this club out. You know, I don't know whether I'm the answer or not, but one thing I know is I'm going to go out and I'm going to try my hardest to, to help this club out to my best ability.
Walker is the second Heisman Trophy winner to be traded by the Cowboys in less than a year. But tonight, Dallas fans were a little more vocal over losing Walker than they were Tony Dorsett.
I think this trade is crazy.
Crazy, okay.
You can put me down for negative for sure.
All right, because?
And it's because Dallas, it's just indicative of what's happened to Dallas ever since February.
I really don't care what the situation is or was, 0-5 or 1-5 or 5-0. Anytime you get distractions like this, it definitely hurts your ball club.
Certainly impacts the offense in a big way, and particularly the passing game now.
Definitely.
You like that?
I would have pass. When Stephen Troy's arm get tight, we'll pass a little bit more, hopefully.
The 27-year-old Walker is going to a team full of potential and full of problems. Racial allegations and contract squabbles have divided this team in 1989. On Thursday, at least 2 players welcomed Herschel Walker, not necessarily with open arms, but with open wallets.
So now they got him taken care of. Maybe they can take care of, AC Joy and myself. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, it just shows that they have money here, and that's all I've been saying all along, that they have the money, but they haven't really given it to anybody, and now that they're giving it to people, I don't see why not they can't give it to me.
The Vikings will play the Packers on Sunday. Herschel Walker says he will be in uniform, but he hopes to be more than just in uniform. He hopes to be in action.
As one owner said, it's a great train robbery, but whatever it is, we're happy with it.
Although Ryan has been tucked away in the National League for a few years with Houston up until last year. 1-2 pitch. Well, Ken Phelps, you're on the list. Ryan has struck out 5 of the last 6, 14 tonight.
Straight change. Look at them, they're nervous over there. Big reaction, strike 3.
Check swing. Houston better hurry. Throws. Got him. 2 outs. Hit one solidly to left field, one of the best hit balls of the night, and also fly to right. 2-0 pitch. Ball is hit in the air, may be playable. Ruben Sierra comes, and Ryan has a no-hitter. Number 6. Not only are his teammates mobbing him, but a number of fans have climbed over the wall to get to Ryan. He is the king, and they are lifting him and carrying him, paying homage to Nolan Ryan. I would say he is back from his back problems. I think he feels pretty good right now. Man. We hope to talk to Nolan Ryan coming up on the postgame show. A slice of history brought to you tonight. 5-0 Rangers.
Not just the eyes of Texas, but the eyes of North America are upon Nolan Ryan here in the 9th inning. Franco, run away.
It is the top of the 9th. He is just 2 outs away from his 7th no-hitter.
Look at his concentration.
Hear the crowd. No. Get it in. Nolan is now 1 out away from the 7th no-hitter of his career. As I said, the Rangers are battling Toronto. Every time Nolan has been pitching tonight, the crowd is cheering. This is obviously a record. I guess he's just breaking his own record right now.
Those fans didn't really expect to go to the ballpark for that tonight. 44 years old.
An amazing arm. He has 15 strikeouts so far tonight. He's been pitching perfect ball, and Nolan is 1 out away. Top of the 9th, the last batter.
You say to yourself, if you're going to break up a no-hitter.
We're discussing with our producer whether we should stay with it. I don't know how you can leave it right now. This is pretty exciting. 1 strike. He's now 2 strikes away.
Wouldn't you love to be sitting there in the stands right now?
What a thrill that would be. What an amazing man. As you
There
said,
hasn't been any talk about it recently.
No.
No one expected this to happen tonight. No one expected to go to the ballpark for this.
the beginning of the season, Nolan said he was ready early, but this is 2 strikes. 1 more strike, and Nolan has his 7th no-hitter. Look at the crowd. This is an exciting way to begin a newscast. Maybe we should say good evening. I'm Randall Carlisle.
I'm Jane McGarry, and as we were just talking a few moments ago, as anybody who lives in this area, watches the Rangers knows, Nolan Ryan is not only an extraordinary athlete, he's a great person. He's fun to watch because of the kind of person he is.
He loves Texas, and he loves throwing strikes. Oh, 1 ball. He's drawing it out for us now. He's 1 strike away. Can Nolan get his 7th no-hitter of his career? 15 strikeouts so far tonight as the Rangers are beating Toronto. This is it.
Even he looks like he's feeling a little bit of pressure.
You'd have to, even though he's been in it as many years as he has. 1 more strike. Oh, a foul tip. What would be going through your mind right now? I guess with Nolan, it doesn't matter. He's already broken all the records. This just makes it harder for somebody else to catch him.
Of course, the 5th record was the one that he broke that we all remember. And then when he hit 6, he broke his own record.
He'll do the headlines on sports pages all around the country tomorrow. Outside. Well, we decided to stay with it.
This is an exciting moment. It all
Especially for Texans. A lot of us are proud of him. Proud to say he's on the Texas Rangers. They name a street after him. You and I were saying earlier he could probably run for politics after this and get elected. What, governor maybe?
Although he hasn't really expressed much interest in that. At least not so far.
Listen to the
people
crowd.
like to draft him right now.
Oh, yeah. Everybody on their feet. Arlington Stadium is filled tonight. The excitement is building. 1 more strike. Can he do it?
Did Scott say what kind of crowd they have tonight? I saw him as he walked out the door.
Pop it up. Oh. Back in the stands. It's unplayable. Boy.
You have that right. Give some credit to Roberto Alomar.
What is he saying? If I could just get 1 more across the plate, if I could get him to swing and miss. And that would be it. Crowd's already going nuts. Can you imagine what they're going to do if he gets this?
I think we'll have a traffic jam around the stadium.
That's it! Number 7 is in the books. The remarkable Ryan has done it again.
looking at his first playoff start. Special teams in the first half. Mike Saxon to punt. Bias by Sikahema. Pop by Kenneth Gant, who does the dance. Philadelphia with a field goal by who-framed Roger Ruzek leads 3-0. Kelvin Martin, though, at the 19. Zip right up the seam, makes a move at the 40, and he's into Philadelphia territory at the 46, a 40-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, watch the great blocking here that Kelvin Martin gets from his Cowboy wall. They get the front wall formed early, get 9 guys around the football, looking to get key blocks as he sees the seam. They get a couple more blocks, and then Otis Smith is taken out by Clayton Holmes right there to spring him to Ruzek, the kicker, and he gets by him. And they were very fortunate here that they didn't give up a touchdown.
So Kelvin Martin's return gives Dallas an opportunity to give it to Emmitt Smith. He leaps down to the 16-yard line. Then on the next play, Troy Aikman. All right, maybe he doesn't run as well as Emmitt, but he scrambles up to the 11-yard line. He said, well, you know what? I like when you do it better, Emmitt. So we give it to number 22, and he scampers up to the 6. 2 plays later. Second and goal at the 1. Troy Aikman. You remember Derek Tennell. Just picked up less than 2 weeks ago. Touchdown, 7-3, because he's only getting bonus checks in the playoffs. He doesn't even have a regular salary, Joe, but he made it pay.
Yes, and I'm sure you're asking yourself, why was he so open? Well, I'll tell you. Defensively, you see Seth Joyner, Reggie White, and Ken Rose all responsible. White takes the inside on the play fake. Rose gets beat on the outside. Derek Tennell. Touchdown.
And the Cowboys in business. 3rd down conversions killed Rich Kotite's Eagles today. On 3rd and 10, Randall Cunningham just let him complete a pass. No, says Leon Lett.
As you watch Randall Cunningham here, look at the top of the screen. Darren Woodson blitzes, forces Cunningham to release the ball quickly to Keith Byers. He makes the catch, but typical of the Philadelphia Eagles, they short of the first down.
Let the Eagles get a break. Randall doesn't see the snap from David Alexander, and guess what? It's Leon Lett that drops Randall on another 3rd down. In the first half, 0 for 7, converting 3rd downs. Not good. Second quarter, 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 45. Troy Aikman pumps. 6'3" Alvin Harper against 5'7" Mark McMillan. Guess who caught the ball? He's ruled down. And the Cowboys in business at the 13. 2 plays later, Aikman, the Pro Bowl quarterback, says, I'll look for my Pro Bowl tight end, Jay Novacek. Got it. Touchdown, 14-3 Cowboys, Joe.
The perfect way you want to throw a pass to a tight end or anybody down around the goal line, down low and away. Aikman fires it low and outside. If Novacek doesn't get it, nobody does. This time he does.
So that was less than a minute to go in the first half. Now, Sikahema caught the ball. Instead of letting it go out of bounds, Tommy, and it ends up being a strip. It's a foul, and the Cowboys recover.
Chris, you bring up a great point. The Philadelphia Eagles would have gotten the ball on the 35. He tries to make something happen here. Darren Woodson hits him. Thomas Everett on the recovery.
Sikahema's had such a good run for the Eagles on special teams that this one hurt him. 1st and 10 at the 30. It's Aikman to Martin to the 26. Aikman to Martin. Out of bounds to stop the clock at the 14. No timeouts left here. With 23 seconds to go to Michael Irvin down to the 2. Got to get up to the line, but watch the Cowboys. Figure they're uptight in this game. No problem. We know we have no timeouts. Look at Jimmy. Go ahead, Troy. Go ahead, Troy. And go ahead, Troy. And doing. No problem. We bring on Lynn Elliott. And not the best looking field goal, but it's in. 10 points in the last minute of the first half. 17-3, the Cowboys. Cowboys got the second half kickoff. Their momentum continued. 2nd and 8 at the 47, play action. There's Novacek down to the 28-yard line. 2 plays later, we're still waiting for any Eagle, any Philadelphia Eagle to touch Emmitt Smith. Come on, guys. No, you can't do it. Touchdown, 24-3, the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith, 114 yards today. As for Cunningham, he was sacked 5 times. Tony Tolbert gets him after Haley had a first shot. Then Russell Maryland and company sit on Randall. Then the veteran, Tommy.
And watch from the bottom of the screen here, Jimmy Jeffcoat moving Ron Heller out of the way and going to get Randall Cunningham.
Dancing are the Cowboys into the NFC Championship. It was Dallas shaking, rattling, and rolling the Philadelphia Eagles 34-10.
Darrell Johnson setting things up. Again, he's a very key part of this. Saxon doesn't get it all. Fumble! And Darrell Johnson comes up with the ball in the air and gets the recovery for the Cowboys. It was a short kick by Saxon.
You know, Jimmy Johnson always says there's three areas. There's offense, defense, and the kicking game. And he says the area that we're going to win is the kicking game. And it starts right here. There's a heck of a hit. The ball bounces out. There's Daryl Johnston to get it. The guy that made the hit was Dixon Edwards. Watch him, 58. Boom, he gets in there, hits right on the ball. The ball comes out.
Dallas 3, San Francisco nothing. 49ers give the ball to Waters. Waters, scramble, fumble. And the Cowboys have it. Kevin Smith came up with the ball. Flag on the play still. A flag on the play. He might have been down. They might say he was down. Let's see. Jerry Markbright.
I don't think so, Pat. Ricky Waters ran off the field to the 49ers sideline shaking his head. And if he thought that he was going to be able to keep the ball, I think he would have stayed there. But they're going to start off here in the left side. Good block by Wallace. Good lead block by Tom Rathman.
Of the recovering team.
Now the fumble comes out. Now it's Cowboys ball. And the penalty was on a block after the fumble recovery.
Run with Smith. Good call here.
That's a better call.
Daryl Johnston with a good block in front. Smith with the touchdown. And the Cowboys take the lead.
And that's what Emmitt Smith said yesterday that he wants to do. He said he thinks he usually runs between the tackles, but he thinks against this 49er team, he can bounce it out. He's going to start to the inside and the left. There's Daryl Johnston again with a good lead block. And again, Johnston makes the block that makes the touchdown for Emmitt Smith so easy. Now, you can see from the sidelines and you feel when you're in there.
There was a safety blitz. Again, this is Johnston in the end zone. Flag on the play. Way on the outside. That was funny looking from the beginning.
I know, because half the players stopped playing. And if the whistle didn't blow, then that's going to be a good play and a touchdown.
Offside. Defense. Penalty is declined.
Touchdown.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think they jumped offside, thought the play was over. No whistle blew. The play wasn't over. Johnston just ran right into the end zone.
Season tickets and have had forever. Aikman to throw. Quickly to Smith, who's wide open. 10. Touchdown. Good block by Irvin to set it up.
He is a guy that is a young player now, and as he gets experience, he's going to be a real force.
Young to throw, under pressure. Up the middle, picked off by Norton. Norton still on his feet. He's got blockers. And down he goes. At the 45. Brent Jones, the intended receiver. That's the third San Francisco turnover.
I tell you, there's no way anyone's going to get that ball from Ken Norton. He's pushing guys away. You can give him a high five. You can shake his hand. But that could be the interception. That could be the play that put the 49ers away. He steps right in front of Brent Jones. Looked like Steve Young didn't see him at all because he threw it right to him.
1st and 10, Dallas. Smith and Johnston behind Aikman. Aikman quickly. The pass to Harper. Harper off to the races. They're going to run him down, however. At about the 9-yard line, Dana Hall.
That was a heck of a call. That was a heck of a throw by Troy Aikman. Everyone had to do it. Someone had to call it, but the other guys had to make it go. Watch Alvin Harper. He's out here. He's going to come up, then he's going to come to the inside on a slant. The ball is right there, thrown perfectly. Don Griffin, who was covering him, fell down, and then Harper was off to the races.
Aikman to throw. Kelvin Martin, touchdown.
was close. That last little lunge got him in. Good pass protection. Troy Aikman has good time. He can step up and throw that and put everything on it to Calvin Martin. And like you said, right there, that last little lunge, there's a point where you get in a game that you realize that your season is over, and there's a point in a game that you realize you're going to the Super Bowl, and those are extreme emotions.
Pass is picked off by Washington. And Dallas will take over. Sherrard was the intended receiver. We have 2 minutes left at Candlestick, and the Cowboys are up by 10. That's the 4th San Francisco turnover.
But doggone it, you've got to get to the Super Bowl, too, and they did that.
Ball goes out of bounds with no time left on the clock, and the Cowboys advance to the Super Bowl. They'll face the Buffalo Bills, who also came back from being way down. They did it this year. Did Buffalo. Dallas, well, they've achieved remarkable things.
And our congratulations to both teams, to the Cowboys for winning the championship here, for the Buffalo Bills for winning the AFC championship.
I don't mean to put a damper on it, but no. But you understand, we do have one game left to play. Hey, fantastic. Every single one of you. I mean, I'm not just talking about these last 60 minutes. I'm talking about the quarterback schools, the mini camp, the off-season, the training camp, down in Austin when it was hot and you were tired, the whole bit. Everybody, you did one hell of a job. And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
For the first time, we see Kenneth Davis, number 23 in the backfield for Thurman Thomas.
Blitz. The throw intercepted. James Washington. Washington to the fumbles, but out of bounds to Dallas at the 44-yard line. Washington, who played at UCLA, this was his home field in college.
First down is Derek Gainer, a former Raider, replaces Johnston at fullback.
Aikman. Novacek touchdown.
Boy, Dick, if you're going to hold the tight end up on some plays, you got to hold him up on every play. He jumps inside Patton, and you can see there's zone coverage there by Buffalo. Nice little out move by Novacek. Excitable out there, Dick.
Robbie Walt working on Cascade, and a fumble caught by Jimmy Jones. A touchdown, Dallas.
Haley got him, Dick.
And Jimmy Jones, recruited by Jimmy Johnson at Miami, picks up the pumpkin and has one of those glorious moments for a lineman, and the touchdown comes in the Super Bowl. So they're looking not for a run necessarily here. And Thomas back in the game. And it is a pass. Intercepted. They won't even get the field goal. Thomas Everett with the pick. Kelly with his second pass intercepted. Aikman, touchdown, Michael Irvin. starts at the 20. 2 for 3 in his first series, replacing the injured Jim Kelly. Thurman Thomas drawing a crowd of Cowboys and fumbles. Dallas at the 19. Another turnover, the 4th for the Cowboys. They swarmed to the ball so incredibly. This speed burning defense, #1 in the NFL. No one made the Pro Bowl, but look at how they attack the ball carrier from all angles.
Jones, I see Lett, 78, I believe, is the one who strips the ball away. Thurman Thomas is trying to make a big play here, Dick. See if you can see the arm of Leon Lett come in there. There it is. Strips the ball away. Who makes the recovery? It looks like
team recovery.
Yes. Now they give it to Jimmy Jones, number 97, but somewhat there. Yeah, he does pull it in.
So Jones has had a big day. A touchdown earlier on the fumble by Kelly, and now he gathers in the fumble forced by teammate Leon Lett. Officially the 18-yard line, the spot. Aikman to Irvin again. Touchdown. The Bills have all 3 of their timeouts left in this half, as Wright going deep for Beebe, intercepted by Larry Brown. The 5th turnover. Brown, who grew up in Los Angeles, went to junior college a couple of years here before migrating to Texas, where he played for TCU, takes it away from Beebe.
This is excellent coverage. Beebe with great speed, but Brown realizes what's going on. The contact is allowed, and he's there to make the pick. And
you can't hit him any closer to center than Elliott has today. No nerves in that rookie. 2 away. And he'll go behind 2-A, but it's Aikman with the ball, and he's going deep. Harper wide open, touchdown! His first catch of the day. Alvin Harper from Tennessee. They used to call him Friday Light, because he only made his big catches in Friday practice, but after San Francisco and now today, they'll call him what he wants to be called, Highlight.
And when this offense functions, Buffalo's offense functions, they'll have 6 and 7 guys catching passes.
2nd and 10. Intercepted by Thomas Everett. Everett denied a touchdown at the 7 by Kenneth Davis. His 2nd interception. The Cowboys go to work again.
Well,
3rd and goal from the 10, and a draw to Smith. And he's in. What a run. Oh, my.
and Ditka likes it. What kind of a guy is this, right?
Reich. Still free. That's Norton. Who else? Give him a touchdown. He deserves it. Ken Norton. The third time in this game, the Cowboys have scored 2 touchdowns in seconds.
I do hope Jerry Jones has one of those cheap sport coats on. He's known to wear a very expensive sport coats. I think it's going to get wet.
Steve Tasker, and he fumbles. Not another. Even the hardiest Dallas fan. Not another against Buffalo. Who's got this one? Tasker running in the open field at the 44. Has it stripped away. No signal yet. The Cantac perhaps looking at that one with his heart.
First down.
There you got it.
Marv Levy grew up in Chicago as a Joe Louis fan, so he enjoyed wins, and a Chicago Cubs fan, so he knows how to take the losses.
Well, you see the hit from behind. It was by Leon Lett. Strips the ball away. And the big cat with the big arm on Tasker. And the ball back in the hands of Dallas. Do we see Berline? Is Aikman done for the day? But there's Emmett messing up Jimmy Johnson's hair. You can only do that when you win the World Championship.
You bet. Right? No, I don't think that even works in the playoffs. That's a one-time only right there. 20 seconds to go. And right goes down. Leon Lett. We'll have a lot to talk about on the way home. 17 seconds. So the son of an ice cream supervisor wins the Super Bowl, and it'll be vanilla tonight on the house.
And lots of it. What a performance by this young Dallas Cowboy football team.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17. The first coach to win the National Collegiate Championship title and a Super Bowl. Jimmy Johnson, age 49.
In the locker room of the victorious Dallas Cowboys, their 6th Super Bowl appearance, their 3rd victory, their first in the post-Tom Landry, Gilbrandt, Tex Schramm era, the first in the era of Coach Jimmy Johnson and owner Jerry Jones. And just off to the right of Commissioner Tagliabue is the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Commish, I'll leave it to you for the presentation.
Thank you, Bob. Jerry, Jimmy, you two are the architects, the engineers, a lot of people would say the visionaries, who have produced an outstanding season, marking one of the most extraordinary turnarounds in sports league history, capped today by an awesome, awesome display of power, precision, speed, and just about everything else a football team can demonstrate in a game. So congratulations to both of you.
Jimmy, put your hands out here with this far.
Jerry, you signed the checks, so you go first.
Well, I will go first. First of all, I want everybody that enjoys sports, want them to know how special this is for these group of people, because they did get up off a knee. They weren't on their back. They were just down on a knee. I'm so proud for Cowboy fans. I can't say enough for what Jimmy has done. He's given his heart and soul to us having a winning football team. I want to thank my family as well, and Paul, all the work you're doing for the NFL.
Jerry, before we talk to Jimmy, teams speak about a 5-year plan. You did it in your 4th. There were so many moves and turning points. Would you pinpoint one as the most important point in the history of this franchise under your direction?
Yes, it's pretty easy. The very first one, when I hired Jimmy Johnson to be the coach.
Jimmy, first coach in history to win a collegiate national championship and the Super Bowl. How does it feel?
Well, it feels great. I think sometimes people might question the way we do things as far as the commitment, but, you know, if you could just feel the way these players feel right now, and I wish everybody in the world could feel the same feeling they have right now, then they would understand the commitment, because, I mean, this has got to be the greatest feeling in of all things, just to be able to go out there and win it all.
How do you feel personally? People talk about, sometimes joke about your intensity and your single-mindedness. How long will you allow yourself to revel in this before you think about next season?
Well, this is one victory that I will enjoy here for a couple of weeks before we start going on to next season. But we got to start looking at those colleges, and we got to look at those players to help us out for next year to get better.
Are you this much better than Buffalo?
Well, you know, Buffalo had a tough string there. You know, we felt like we'd get some turnovers, and we did, and I think, you know, obviously that was the big key. And once you start on a downhill slide like what they had, it was very difficult for them to turn it around, because we've got a good football team.
9 turnovers. The big point in the game, the sequence late in the first quarter, early in the second, Jones takes the fumble in, and then they don't get in from about a foot out with 2 cracks at it.
Well, you know, we play outstanding football. You know, we play good defense, we play good offense, good special teams, and we protect the football. I think that's a big key for our football team, is we do protect it. But we have a lot of great players that have given their heart and soul to get to this point.
Honestly, are you surprised that it happened this quickly?
No, I really felt like we were going to be here. I just didn't know how long, but I felt like we'd be here, once we started going, even the second year, and had a chance for the playoffs, and then the third year going the way we did, I said, hey, you know, anything can happen once we get.
Listen in, Jimmy.
For all of you players and coaches, hey, understand this. As much as you relish being the best, as much as you relish that, as good as it feels, the best thing that you've got and what you'll have the rest of your life is the love that you've got for one another, because that's what got you here, is being a total team. And that feeling is something you'll never, ever lose. It'll be the greatest feeling in the world. Hey, congratulations.
11-game hitting streak after a single early, and the pitch is way in. It hit him in the right elbow. He's going to the mound. He's going after Nolan Ryan. Ventura against Ryan. They've got him bear hugged. Ventura fighting Ryan. Ryan being pushed back. Both benches empty. A huge brawl has erupted as Robin Ventura has chased the legend Nolan Ryan, and the Rangers take exception. There are fists being thrown. Diving into the pile late is a White Sox. There are fist fights going on. This one has erupted. This one has erupted. Ventura hitting the right elbow up, and all of a sudden, Ventura raced to the mound. Ryan hog-tied him. There were some punches thrown. They went down, and the crowd will be in this one the rest of the way. John Russell is being held back by Tom Henke, and we'll see what the umpires do. Ryan has his jersey ripped. He comes out of it all right. There are still some little fists being thrown in the middle, but Ventura races to the mound after Nolan Ryan, who took a couple of shots. Ryan gave a couple. It is hit by a pitch. Ventura after Ryan, and you can bet that this crowd will give the White Sox everything they could possibly want. The White Sox just made a real bad mistake. Rodriguez still wants to fight somebody. These umpires have their hands full, and now somebody else wants Nolan Ryan. It has erupted again. There's a fight going on in the middle where Mickey Hatcher is into it, and they are still shoving and pushing. And now Bo Jackson is into it. We're not exactly sure what the team matchup's on here. Jackson is swinging at somebody. This thing is out of control. They're trying to pull off bodies, but they're still in the middle of it. Gino Petrelli, Brian Bohannon, and Kenny Rogers are representing the Rangers here, and a couple of the White Sox got into it. Hatcher is now bleeding from his right eye. There have been fists thrown, and they have connected. And the umpires have their hands full as Ventura has gone after Nolan Ryan. This is a mess. There are hats all over the field. There are gloves all over the field. This is a big crowd, and these umpires have some sorting out to do. Fists have landed. There has been a brawl as Robin Ventura has tracked down Nolan Ryan. They rolled to the bottom of the pile, and everybody piled on. And they're going to have to toss some people here. This is as wild as we have seen it. There were probably 5 or 6 different fights going on at one time.
Robin Ventura drilled on the first pitch by Nolan Ryan, took exception to it, and decided he was just going to charge the mound. And we'll take another look at it.
Well, the pitch was behind him. No question. You know, Robin's been hitting that spot. That's at least the second time, and he delayed for a second. There they go.
Well, Rodriguez comes up, grabs Robin from behind. Now he turns Nolan around and gets him in a spot, as is Garcia. and Lamont going at it. And I would imagine this is because they're probably going to allow Nolan Ryan to stay in the game, and they're going to throw Robin out. Well, I'll tell you what, that's the maddest we've seen Gene Lamont since he's been in a Sox uniform.
Oh, yeah.
Here's where you get gone right there when the two guys come up and grab you. Now three got him. Now Robin turns him around. Pasqua right in the middle of things. Jeff Schwartz trying to drag Rodriguez out of there.
Well, you could see that Nolan was hitting Robin right on the top of his head, so he probably hurt his hand a little bit in that thing, and he did get one good lick in on an uppercut.
Garcia trying to straighten things out.
Showing his players something right there.
Both ways.
Darn right.
In the middle of it, and right there as well. And watch, as we mentioned, that's the hottest he has been since he's been in a Sox uniform.
I think I want to get up and applaud him right now.
Good for him.
Yes,
right.
sir. Well, he certainly got to stick up for his players, and he showed them right there that he meant business.
So Ventura definitely has been ejected.
Oh, yeah.
And Graybeck will run for him.